Hey, it's Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to do a quick video on Ryan Garcia. Listen, Ryan Garcia was probably one of the most stoked and pumped up people at the Tank Davis fight when he was fighting Rolly Romero the other day. And he was probably the most happy person in the arena. He's jumping up and down. He's screaming he wants to fight. He made a spectacle upon himself saying he wants this fight. He went out of his way to get the attention of Leonard Ellerbe, shaking his hand, giving him a gentleman's handshake and saying, listen, let's make this fight happen. In which case, Leonard just responded, hey, well, you got your own people over there. I'm Tank's people. I'm his representative, so I can tell you yes or no. And Ryan Garcia let him know, this is my journey. This is my destiny. This is my walk in life. I want this fight. And I got to tell you, in that moment, I couldn't be more happy to hear that. Just his enthusiasm and his ownership over his career. I love that because it's just like a throwback, to the fighters of old. They didn't let anything stand in their way. When they wanted somebody, they wanted them. As opposed to today, you don't see the top guys wanting the top guys, or you might see them want somebody, but you don't see them going out of their way to make something happen. Like, for example, you're not going to see Terrence Crawford jumping out of his way to try to get somebody, attention in the PBC. Like, I want this fight. He's just not that type of guy. Might be a little bit of pride, but he's just not that type of guy. Ryan Garcia said, I want this, and he did what he had to do to get the attention of the guy that he needs to talk to. For that, you can't be mad at him. Now, on the flip hand side, is he ready for that? But really quick, if you like what you're hearing, please support the channel by liking the video, by subscribing to the video, by also telling a friend about fighting words. I got a lot of things coming, and there's definitely a lot of things that I would love to do. However, I need more subscribers to do those things. So by all means, please reach out to somebody, and let's make this happen. Let's jump back to this video. Now let's just go to what I think Ryan Garcia... Listen, I don't know what Ryan Garcia saw in the Tank fight. Now, honestly, I think he saw a more relaxed Tank. But you have to take what you see in context. So, did he see a more reserved Tank fighting Rolly Romero? Yes, you did. Did you see a Tank who wasn't so eager to engage? Yeah, you did. Did you see a more elusive Tank Davis? Yeah, you did. You didn't see as much of an aggressive Tank Davis. Yeah, you did. But that's not based on the fact that that's how you fight. That was based on the fact of the opponent that he was fighting. So the question, Ryan Garcia, would be, would you bring that out of Tank? That's the question. Would you bring that same type of fighter out of Tank if you were to get him in the ring? And I got to be honest, I don't feel like you would. Listen, guys, to all, because there's women who watch the channel as well. Listen, I don't believe that Ryan Garcia can bring that type of fighter out of Tank. I think Tank would be a lot more aggressive if he were to fight Ryan Garcia. You have Ryan Garcia with his chin in the air. You have Ryan Garcia with his legs stiff as a board. You have Ryan Garcia, his legs aren't even wide apart. Like, he's a counterpuncher. The things that Ryan Garcia is going to have to do and have to implement in that fight in order for him to be successful, he's not that naturally. He doesn't throw a lot of punches. He doesn't throw in combinations. He's going to need to double that jab up. He's just going to need to do that. He's not a big jabber to begin with. He has a very fast jab and a very accurate puncher he is. But he's going to have to up his punch output, and he's going to have to double his jab up. Also, he's going to have to move a lot more than what he likes to move. He doesn't like to move that much. He'll walk a little bit, but he's not like springing around the ring. Well, for Tank, you're going to have to. Because Tank is crouching low. He's doing all these things. He's springing over here and springing over here, and he's switching angles. You're going to have to move more. Now, is it a lot of things that Ryan Garcia is going to have to add to his game in order to beat Tank? No, I just think he needs to double his jab. I think he needs to up his punch output. And I think he needs to angle off every time he punches. That's it. I don't think he can walk Tank down. I think he'll try. I don't think that'll work in his favor. I think Ryan Garcia's his defense is he likes to pull back. That's not going to work for a counter. Listen, Tank is a body puncher by nature. That's just what he is. He's a body puncher. Doing that is not going to work. It's just not going to work. So I don't feel that's the best strategy for Ryan Garcia. You can punch and angle off. You can punch and angle off this way. Do not step back. He's already an aggressive fighter. You don't, listen, in his mind, real estate is real estate. If you step back, you're telling him subconsciously, you just hurt me with that punch. Or you're telling him, I'm afraid of you. You don't want to do that with an aggressive guy like Tank. You just don't want to do it. You just don't want to throw logs onto that fire. And that's literally what you would do. Now, like I said, do I think he's ready for Tank right now? No, I don't think right now. I think he needs at least a year. I think he needs to work on those things I just said. And there's simple things that you can add on. I think he needs to learn how to tuck his chin down low and not leave it out like that. That's what I think. Double up that jab. Listen, throwing 30 punches in a round ain't going to cut it with Tank. It's not going to cut it with Tank because he likes to preserve his energy anyway, and he's really explosive. Ryan's explosive with his countering and with his hooks in particular. Tank is explosive all over. With his legs, he's explosive. With his jab, he's explosive. With his body punching, he's explosive. With the walking you down and then bursting into a combination, he's explosive. You can't allow a guy like that to be in front of you and you not give or shoot off enough firepower to make him second guess, think twice, or be apprehensive. If you're not going to make him do those things, what's going to keep him off of you? What's going to keep him off of you? Nothing's going to keep him off of you. He's going to stay on top of you, and he's going to feint you to death. And you're going to go for it because he hits hard enough where you're going to just take the bait. And sure enough, he's going to clip you. Ryan Garcia does like to walk people down, or at least from time to time, he likes to attempt it. And listen, it's okay if you want to walk people down, but you also got to know how to cut off the ring. So if you're going to do that, I think you need to learn how to properly cut off rings. If you're not going to learn how to cut off the ring, do not try to walk Tank down. There's just too many things that I see with Ryan Garcia's game that I don't think he's ready for Tank. I really don't. Like I said, give him a year and then up his competition. George Kambosos and Devin Haney are going to fight. Somebody's going to have all those belts. Ryan Garcia, you need to go after that because Tank's probably going to go after it. So you need to go after that. And I think that's more plausible. And I think Oscar De La Hoya is more open to letting you go after that than going after Tank. I think Ryan Garcia can beat George Kambosos. I think Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney is a 50-50 fight. So there you go. You can get all the marbles, and you can more than likely beat these guys. I think it's a much safer fight, and I think there's a lot more reward with all those belts. But I don't know. With Tank, I think you need to pump your brakes, buddy. Tell me what you think. Drop your comments down below. And as always, please like, please share, please subscribe to my channel.